So hi friends, let's welcome Professor Srinath sir for podcast episodes 4. Welcome sir. So sir, can you tell us about your life journey, how it was?
My life journey started with my dad's entry to Bangalore way back in 1969. I started my education in Bangalore thanks to my dad's uh, teacher who actually pushed him to come out to Bangalore
Okay.
from Tirupati.
Okay.
Otherwise, he would have been in a small town, probably would have not been in my place where I'm now. Okay, later on, a lot of credit goes to my mom. She forced my dad to put me and my younger sister into English medium. That's how my journey started in school in Bangalore. So from 1970 onwards, I'm in Bangalore
Okay sir.
till date.
Okay sir.
I've been to some of the best schools what my dad could afford those days because we were five of us at home. So based on that, the number of children, he has to educate us, clothe us, give us shelter, provide us food. All these things, he never ever missed anything despite his difficulties.
So how were you? You were a studious guy or an average guy in studies?
I'm an average guy who actually intended to work hard. That's all. I'm not a born intelligent guy. My intelligence is limited, but I have that just to work hard. That has propelled me all these
So
days.
sir, motivated you to pursue mechanical engineering as a career?
So basically, those days in 80s, we never had information about what colleges used to offer, where we can go, all those things. Because basically, my dream as a child was automobiles. I wanted to do automobile engineering. I never knew where it was available. So what happened was the second option was mechanical. It was not the first option. So nevertheless, I don't regret. I'm happy that I enjoyed automobile engineering course in mechanical engineering. It was an elective. We had term work also for that. We used to draw all the parts of automobile, blueprint that. I enjoyed that
Oh,
course thoroughly. I never
okay.
regretted that. I never did the automobile.
How was your undergrad experience?
Undergrad education, it was annual scheme when I studied. So basically, annual scheme means half the year you relax. Only you try to find out as per the syllabus. You try to locate textbooks, procure the textbooks, analyze the syllabus. So half the year is to go only in this. Second half only is to work. That means one semester of annual scheme was only preparation to collect material. The next half is to really work hard on what actually is prepared for the exams.
Okay. Sir, so, sir, do you think that mechanical engineering is nowadays underrated branch?
So
Because general
basically,
crowd move toward the IS or CS department.
yeah, basically the mindset is different from the students now because students now they look at before they join professional course, they look at the job options straight. 4 years from now, what they want to be. That is what actually is hitting not only mechanical, all the core branches, mechanical, civil, electrical, are hit hard just because of the mindset of the students. Because they aim at getting a job. Getting a job is not why you join a professional course. Job is a part of the professional course. First thing is you must become professional. That is lacking a lot. There's a lot of drive for core branches. It will never die. It's always evergreen because basics are only in core. Okay, even electrical is a core. From there only all these things have merged or emerged. The information science or computer science, you name it, it all emerged from basic courses only. The core branches only. Okay, that way under graduation core branch is always better. Later on for post graduation you can specialize in your interested areas.
It is. So, what according to you a freshman, a first year guy should do to have a good career start?
First and foremost, he must be very thorough about his interest to join a professional course. He must never ever look at his neighbor or his relatives and get pushed by the parents, which is what's happening these days. It is not right. Okay. First thing is he must have the drive in him to do a professional course. He must try to get into the professional system by thinking professionally what he wants to be. Later, not now, just after the 4 years, okay? Later, 10 years from now, before he joins engineering or professional course, he must start thinking what he has to do in 10 years. If he plans like that, slowly he can inch towards his goal.
I remember you were telling in first year about what to choose, job or a career. So can you elaborate that fact? Means what is job and career are different things or they go in hand in hand?
Job is different from career. Look at my example. My dream after engineering was not to join a job. I wanted to be a military person. I wanted to join the armed forces.
Okay, okay.
And engineering courses have an opening called Service Selection Board.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
sincerely attempted thrice to crack SSB. I didn't. I could not crack SSB. Nevertheless, I have what I can say disinterest in teaching because I had a bad experience in my UG days. Bad experience means there are very few of them teachers who used to motivate us about what to study or how to study. The rest only we have picked up only from our seniors. So that way, I regretted I never dreamt about being a teacher. But unfortunately, I had to be a teacher because I had a job in Hyderabad Airline as graduate trainee after my education. I was supposed to report in Hyderabad, but before reporting, I was supposed to give a caution deposit. Those days, 80s, 88, about 50,000 rupees as caution deposit, which is returnable after my training. My dad could not afford that. He said, "Come back home." By the time I came back home, I had prepared all my CVs ready and used to apply regularly. My dad posted on to Dr.Ait. I got an interview. On facing interview, they gave me timetable straight. That's how my career started in 88, August 22nd. I
Oh,
never looked back
oh.
from then. I've enjoyed. So, job is what is defined, career is what you cultivate. Okay? So, you
Yeah,
can never
yeah.
mix up job and career. Career is your hard work. In whatever job you get, you start excelling in that, get deep rooted. No, you can never look back again.
So what opportunities do you see a mechanical engineering engineer guy who is after 4 years can have?
The 4 years now, what we did in engineering as UG students, it's totally different nowadays because you have a lot of opportunities to mix up with other branches in the form of institutional electives or the interdepartment electives. Plus, you have a mini project, you have a major project. So these things actually must help you to bridge the gap between the branches. What I'm trying to say is the teams what group up to do this project works must gel well. That is, they never must again form a group for the major project from minor project. They must continue towards forming a group. So working in a group is very important. It helps you be very clear about what you want to do. When I say what you want to do, it's very, very important is the group as a gel, you can start becoming an entrepreneur. That is the order of the day now. Never look at a job, create a job. That is the logo now. So that way, core branches really can do this job. Even the other branches also can do that type of thing. So if you gel as a team, you can really start an enterprise. That's the way you normally grow because four heads together can do wonderful things.
So what were your research topic in which you are interested?
Research. Research, basically I got an exposure into composites way back in 1990. We had a chance to get acquainted with a eminent person. So that's the way my interest in research started. Composites was the art of the day those days in 90s. So composites, they never have what you can say a clear cut thing because composites envelop all the areas like metal matrix, ceramic matrix, polymer matrix. So there's a lot of exposure into those things. So I chose polymer matrix composites because we had an expert, an eminent person from ADE, Aeronautic Development Establishment. He was a joint director there. After retirement, he came and joined our college to promote research as an emeritus professor. So I had an opportunity to interact with him, Dr. K. Rajaya. So that actually created interest in me for research in composites. So I have worked very hard. Almost 2 decades I have worked in depth into composites.
So how was your teaching experience till now? You enjoyed or?
Teaching experience is a different page in life because very important thing is what first thing is what I have understood has to be conveyed to the students. So how can I convey? The best way to do it is up to the teacher, whoever does it. So I used to reach my students because I was guided by my seniors in my UG days. So I normally believe that I am a senior in my class. That's the way I reach my students. So once I connect with that, there's no looking back. Whatever I have to convey, it's very easy for me to convey. So that's how I enjoyed my job all these days.
So which part of life you enjoyed most, being a student or being a
You can't
professor?
separate these two things because after you become a student only, you can become a teacher. So both go hand in hand.
Yeah, it's true. Means in terms of experience, means in
The
student
experience
life.
is what you are raw when you are a student.
Yeah,
After you become a teacher,
yeah.
you start delving deeper into the subject matter. And with the interaction with the students who are smarter than me, I learn a lot. That's the way I improvise my teaching. So it's always a small inch towards teacher only than student.
Okay. So apart from academics, what are your hobbies?
I used to play sports a lot. I used to always be interested in sports. I had a chance to represent my university for hockey team in my UG days. Because of the hot sun, I could not complete the selection process. Intense heat where I studied my BE, that actually took my toll on my health, and I could not do that. So apart from that, I used to play cricket for the college team as a student. After joining Ambedkar College as a teacher here, I used to play for the staff team for pretty long years. I have played for the college cricket team, staff college cricket team.
Oh, great, great. What do you feel is lacking in the first year, guy, which you want them to improve?
You mean the first year students?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
I think you must have what they have been doing. The induction training program must be one of the first thing is first year engineering must be trimesters. There must be 3 trimesters. One trimester exclusively for induction training. When I say induction training, they have a long gap between +2 level and the professional course starting. That gap has to be bridged. So the first trimester must be exclusively on bridging this gap, and that you can call as induction training. And there can be 2 small trimesters for completing the first year. That will be really fruitful for the first year students to slowly get to the groove for the professional course. Or else, I have been seeing by third semester they are totally taken aback because things will be different in third semester, and for that they are not prepared.
So, as we know that our college is having Ambedkar Center of Tech Startup. So, how can a mechanical student can participate in this, and what are the opportunities for a
So
mechanical
this is a
student?
very nice question from you because basically that is what I was actually stressing on. There are a lot of alumni of our college who are eager to be a part of this. I'm very happy. I interact not only just mechanical, any branch student because the first year is common for all the branches. We have 3 different courses offering. That gives me a chance. Plus, there's industry IDEs which help me interact with other branch students. That helped me strike a balance. So I've been in touch with a lot of students around the world. So they're all very eager to contribute, or in any manner they can to help the students in this tech setup. So that way, the students as they are unable to choose the right project for the mini project as well as the major project. So if they can do this job well with the guidance of their alumni or the seniors, they can really do a very good job in tech startups. You can easily do this. This is a very nice opportunity because internship is a common thing for 18 batch onwards. They have to do it. It's compulsory. So that way, it really helps them to understand how to become an entrepreneur.
So, is there any last tip which you want to give to your students?
I want all the students to be always with open mind. Never ever listen to anyone. Listen to your heart. When you listen to your heart, you'll always do the right thing. That's the only thing I want to tell my students.
So the last question, sir, are you enjoying lockdown online classes or not?
I'm not enjoying lockdown because I miss my students, because one-to-one meet is not at all possible online. I see students never interact online, whereas if it is offline, I'll force them to interact. And also they're not in the class, I know.
That I have
That I have
seen in
seen in
first
first
year.
year.
They won't interact, but I make them interact because offline I can reach them.
Thank you, sir, for joining for our podcast.
Thank you very much, Shitanshu.
Sir, one thing, thank you for helping me from the first year.
Pleasure reaching to you, Shitanshu.
No, since you are not from my branch, but you have helped across the branch. You have helped.
No, nothing like your branch, Shitanshu. You are my student, that's all. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That matters a lot. Anytime for you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
If you guys have enjoyed the podcast, please like, share, subscribe, and comment below.